Alright people, so I'm here with your very, very late Raw review. But nonetheless, a Raw review, which is better late than never. So let me just get right into the review here. If I could pull it up here, the notes. Alright, so we have Orton and Ambrose coming out to cut a boring promo to start off the show. I mean, they're just talking about nothing pretty much. I mean, you got Orton saying, talking about how he's going to drive home and sleep in his own bed tonight. Who the fuck cares? What the fuck is the point of saying that? Nobody gives a shit about where you're going to sleep tonight, Orton. So, the promo was boring. It's like, oh, I'm going to lead the way and you're going to follow. I mean, it's nothing special or nothing good. And then the New Day comes out and, they added some excitement to it, I thought. I'm a pretty big New Day fan, and it was nice to see them out there cutting, being funny, and actually putting some life into this show and life into this segment. So overall, Ambrose Orton promo sucked. New Day came out and cut a pretty good promo there. So overall, it was an alright segment. Still. Oh, and I think Ambrose came out or something, and he's like, we usually start off Raw boring with a promo. He's like, I'm going to change it up. But he didn't change it up at all. It was the same old shit, same old boring-ass start to Raw with a stupid-ass promo. So then this leads to a match, New Day defeating Orton and Ambrose. I hate tag team matches, they're so boring. I mean, this one was horrible, boring match. The only good thing about it was the New Day won. I mean, it was, just boring, typical tag team match. I don't really like tag team matches. Not a big fan of them. So I'm going to give this match a half star out of 5. Then we have Nikki Bella defeating Naomi in a boring... Why? Why isn't Sasha Banks wrestling? Sasha Banks. Everybody's loving Sasha Banks, including me. She just put on a great fucking match, a 5-star classic at the NXT pay-per-view. And then we go to Monday, and she's not fucking wrestling. People are chanting for her, and she's not even in the fucking match. I mean, does WWE, are they like deaf? Are they stupid? Are they retards? Everybody's loving Sasha Banks. She's put on 2 great matches in the past 2 NXT pay-per-views. Yet she's not wrestling on Raw. What the fuck is this? So this match, of course, was just boring. I'm so sick of this Divas Revolution bullshit. All these teams and whatever. It's just boring. It's WWE's Divas division. It never got off. With the Divas Revolution, it sucked. Complete failure. So that's a half star out of 5 match right there. And then we have Cena's open challenge, and of course he wins again, defeating Dolph Ziggler. I thought everybody's going to say this match was a great match. I know they are. Say this match was a quality match. I mean, it was. It started. Let me analyze this match here. It started off slow. It started off boring, and then there was a few good moves there. Like the Famouser. Famouser. Ziggler hit a pretty nice Famouser there. There was a few good moves in there, no doubt about it. But if you got to look at the whole fucking match, you got to look at the whole match, people. You just can't look at fucking the last few minutes. You got to look at the whole match, the whole perspective. And I thought overall it was a decent match. There was a few close falls, a few close pinfalls. Kick out of some finishers there, a few good moves. But a lot of the match was boring, and I didn't enjoy it. And you knew Ziggler was not going to beat Cena, probably. I mean, what are the chances? I guess you thought for a little bit, oh, maybe he will win, but, I mean, you got to say, it was like a 98% chance Cena's going to win. Or at least Cena's not going to give up the U.S. title, So, yeah, Cena wins, of course, and that sucks every time. So, yeah, I'm going to give this match 2.75 out of 5 stars. Definitely the match of the night. Then we have the Dudleys defeating the Ascension. Here's what, this is just a stupid-ass jobber, pointless match. What does this accomplish? Nothing. 0 out of 5 stars. Then we have Sheamus and Barrett defeating Cesaro and Neville. A few good moves in here, They should really pair up Cesaro and Neville as a tag team. I think they would make a good tag team like Cesaro and Kid, Cesaro and Neville. Might as well do it. So yeah, I mean, it was a short match. I'm going to give it 1.25 out of 5 stars. Like, they had one move I thought it was cool where Cesaro, kind of catapulted Neville and he did, like, kind of his finisher there. Barrett fucking botched it, though. That was, Barrett. Neville does this great-ass move and then Barrett puts his knees up and, it was a botch. So that sucked, but yeah, just a short match, and again, pretty pointless and pretty, it's like, I don't really give a shit about this. Then we have Reigns defeating Strowman, and this is what I don't get about this show. They've been spending fucking, like, the last month making Strowman look like the fucking baddest guy on the fucking planet. And then we get this match, and Reigns fucking beats him. And the 2 other Wyatt family members are out there too. And he wins. I don't get what they're doing here. I don't have any fucking clue. What do they know? It just doesn't make any sense. They've been building up Strowman for the past weeks. And then he loses to Roman Reigns. What the fuck? Does this make any sense? No, it doesn't. The match overall was pretty boring. And yeah, Roman Reigns too wins. What a disappointment to see, people like Roman Reigns picking up victories, and then you see Seth Rollins getting beat once again tonight. So yeah, this match was 1 out of 5 stars. A boring fucking match. Stupid result. Then we have Ryback defeating Rusev in another stupid ass pointless match. 0 out of 5 stars. And then Rusev and Lana, I guess, in real life get engaged. So this fucking they should have just ignored it. Just ignore it. Now they incorporate it into the fucking storyline. What the fuck? Does this make any... This just makes no sense now. The storyline before this happened was fucked up. Now it's even more fucked up. It's just a disaster. Just fucking end it. End the fucking storyline, WWE. It's so fucked up. You cannot fucking repair this giant ass mess. This storyline has been going on for months. It's boring. It doesn't make any sense. It's a debacle. It's a disaster. Scrap it. Get rid of it. So that's I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It's just illogical. That Rusev and Lana would get married. Because after all they went through, I mean, really, this is just totally retarded and dumb. So the match was 0 out of 5 stars, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Then we have Kevin Owens defeating Kalisto, and just another pointless match. I mean, why? What's the point? Kevin Owens isn't gonna lose to a jobber. You know who's gonna win. It's just boring. It's let's see some real fucking matches. Kevin Owens is it? Let's put Kevin Owens against real fucking wrestlers, not fucking tag team wrestlers that are jobbers. I mean, it's stupid. So I'm gonna give this match 1 out of 5 stars. And I do believe there was a pretty bad botch in there too. I wrote that down in my notes, and I probably wasn't wrong. So if anybody remembers, I'm pretty sure there was a botch in there. But yeah, 1 out of 5 stars. I'm trying to think of it, the botch. I kind of remember it, but I don't remember specifically what move it was. It's just, this whole show is, just a 3-hour blur of boringness. So, I mean, it's so hard to recall specific moments from this show when it's so so forgettable of a show. And then we have the Bellas defeating Charlotte and Becky. Just a boring match. And fuck the Divas. Fuck this. Fuck the Divas division. I'm just so sick of all these, same 3 teams fighting amongst each other. It's like, let's get something new. I'm so tired of all this Divas bullshit. The Bellas are fucking horrible. They're 2 of the worst wrestlers I've ever seen in my life. So boring, so bland. The Divas division is just a disaster. It is. It needs to be, just scrapped and start over. I mean, seriously, just like get rid of all the Divas for 2 months and then start it over again. Start it, let's say, Vince McMahon comes out, says, you know what, we fired all the Divas. And then, just start over. I think that's the best way to solve this because nothing else is fucking working. And then we have the main event, which pissed me the fuck off. You have fucking Seth Rollins versus Kane. And Seth Rollins loses. Loses. Again. So and fucking Big Show even knocks him out. Knocks out fucking Kane. And Rollins still loses. You know, I'm just done. I'm not going to even rant on this anymore. I've ranted on it like every fucking week for the last 7 months about Rollins looking like a fucking pussy, looking weak every fucking week. I'm done ranting on it. It's just so stupid. I'm done. I can't anymore. I cannot expend any more energy ranting on the same topic week after week. So there you go, people. Raw was shitty once again. So shitty. So shitty. It was horrible. It's hard to even watch it, anymore. It's hard to put myself through the 3 hours of torture to watch this show. So there you go, people. I'll give it fucking, fuck it. 0 out of 10 stars. You can't just keep putting on shitty fucking wrestling and expect people to go out and say, oh, great match. No, it was horrible. It was, 0 out of... There was one good, decent match between Cena and Ziggler. But, I'm just so tired of all these shitty-ass Raws. 0 out of 10 stars. The show was a complete shit show. So there you go, people. Sorry for the late review, but, it's hard to, get any motivation to watch this show. But so there you go, people. There's your Raw review.